In this video we're back onto this Land Rover again, the one with the busted lift pump. Yeah, if you cast your minds back a little way, I replaced the lift pump in this. It was completely knackered, so not a big problem. And the guy was going on his holidays, so he wanted me to get it all ready for him for Monday, so I did it on Sunday morning. I ended up spending 3 hours just getting the bloody lights to work. There was only one or two lights working. Anyway, I fixed it up. He came down to pick it up on the Wednesday, because he wanted it for Monday, so naturally he came on Wednesday. Of course, I'd taken it for a drive before, came down, parked it here, thought nothing of it. He came, started it up, listened to it, great, turned it off. We were talking, and it wouldn't turn off. Let's see if we can replicate that. Is it an electrical problem? Well, look at this. This here is the wire that goes to the stop solenoid. There, look, I've got the wire off. It's still running. What's going on? There's no power going to the solenoid, yet it's still running. Just listen to it for a while. See? That's incredible. So, I don't know what's going on with that, but it seems to be there's some blockage in the stop solenoid. Didn't do it before, and I put a new filter on it, and everything seems to be hunky-dory. Yeah, that's a pain, isn't it? But there's something even worse. I'll have to take the camera off for this one and get it running. Come and see. Can you see that the diesel is leaking out of the back of the pump? I'm going to have to take the replace the O-ring on the back of the injector pump. Bugger. Now, did it start? It just started to do this, or I just noticed it started to do this after I fitted the lift pump. Could it be the lift pump is supplying a little bit more fuel pressure to the main injector pump and just blown a weak seal or blown some debris into the stop valve, or has the O-ring given up on the stop solenoid? I don't know. But he's asked me to replace it, you know, to repair it. Well, I can put an O-ring on it, I suppose. But I said to him, well, how many kilometres on the timing belt? And he says 80,000. And I said, well, might be just an advantage to change the belt and and do the lot at the same time. But he's stuck to a budget, so we're going to take the pump off without taking the timing belt off in situ. Now, we've done this on the bench over there, but we haven't done one in situ. So it means taking the pipes off, taking all the connections off the pump, and using our special tool to take off the injector pump. But first of all, we've got to turn it round to put the timing pin in, so we get the timing in the correct position, and also disconnect the battery. This might be a little tricky to film because there isn't that much space. Well, we're going to take the injector pipes off. That's a pretty easy task. So I'm going to cap off the injector pump with some little plastic threaded caps so we don't get dirt in them, and I'm also going to put some plastic caps on the injectors because this is not going to be a 5-minute job because I haven't got any parts. I have ordered. This is a 1996 I think it is. So it's sort of getting on there. So what else do we need? 10mm here to take the cover off. Right, that's the cover off. The pipes I'm going to put on the floor inside once they've drained off. I'll leave them on here for now. Right, what else have we got to do? We've got to take a hose clip off there, we've got to take the fuel pipe off, that's 14mm and the 13mm. We need a 10 and a 13 to take the back of the pump off. Let's go and get those. This must have had a security system on it at some time, because those plugs are for the security system. Right, 14mm to hold the pipe on. $13mm for the fuel pipe. That's that off. Let's take the little split pin out of here. This has been off before because somebody's put the pin in upside down, but it doesn't really matter. Take that out. Take this 17mm off the bleed screw at the back. Is it 17? Should be. This is the return. Again, I'm going to take that off. Rust. Not looking good for this pump, is it? A lot of oil in there. It's not a good sign, is it? Right. Get the mounting bolts off the bracket at the back. There we go. Right, I'm just going to sort of give my hands a bit of a wipe, and then we're going to have a look at this pump and see where it wants to be, and see if we can turn it over by the spanner on the fan. We might be able to. Right, back again. Get our pin ready to go in. Don't turn it by the key, the 22mm on the pump end. Oh, now the bloody fan's come off. Isn't it marvellous? The only time you didn't want fan to come off and it comes off. So how am I going to turn this engine over? There we go. See if I can turn the engine over by the belt. Is it moving? Yes, that's looking. Oh, there she goes. There. We have the pin in. Not too bad. I bet you didn't see it, but never mind. Right, now we have to do something really funky, which is a thing I don't sort of like, because we now have to take the bolts out of the pulley here and fit this. But this is the bad design about this, because it means taking this off to get the pin in, so you've got to put the pin back in, which is tricky but not impossible. But we need a 10mm socket to get them off. Right, back again. Now, just before we do that, have I got enough bolts? I think these are the bolts here that go through here to fasten on the pulley. Yeah, I think. I'm sorry, I haven't done one of these for years. Anyway, we'll have a go. First of all, get our hands in. I'll tell you what, would be a bonkers idea, would just take the bloody fan off. That'll give us a bit more room, won't it? We've already had it off once. See, we've got the tools here. There we go. Ah, that gives us a bit better access. So those are the 3 bolts off. Next we can take this keeper plate off. Take that off. Now we can find 2 bolt holes in the pulley in order to take this off, and that's where we fasten these on here. Now we've got to take this pin out of here as well at the same time. This is the awkward part, because you're all backwards with the damn thing. It would have been better if I had a pin without a head on it, so you could just slide it all the way through. If we can just move the... No. It needs a 22mm on there. There we go. Take the pin out. Now put this in. And the idea behind this is, this face here is going to pull against the casing, the outside casing, and this piece here, the pulley is going to pull tight against it, so it shouldn't move. Shouldn't. Famous last words, isn't it? Now, the difficult thing is trying to see where the holes are. And the last thing you want to do is over tighten these. I'll try and find a pulley and I'll show you what the problem is. Right, this is the thing. We're trying to tap into those 2 holes there you can see how incredibly thin it is, so do not use a gun or over tighten, otherwise it'll be tears before bedtime. Right, here goes. We'll tighten up the bolts, and we're going to pull this pulley tight against that black thing there, and it will sandwich it in the casing. That is the rough idea. Probably won't work, but saves taking the belt off, doesn't it? Now, all we're going to do now is take the bolts off, the 3 bolts on the flange, to get the pump off. How easy is that? That one's easy. Isn't it nice Land Rover provided that little tray at the top with all the compartments to put your nuts and bolts in? That's thoughtful. I am a bit concerned about rust in this pump. I'm just wondering if the stop solenoid's got rusted as well. Oops. Can we get in here to get that? Now I'm going to leave that top one in until I get the bolt off the bottom. Just can't get into it. There we go. I have to crawl underneath to get that one. Oh, some stones. Let's get some more bigger stones for my yard. Not bad to get off. Better in the shop, but the shop's full, I can't get in. Now with a bit of luck, with a bit of wiggling, that should come off. Ta-da! That bloody daft. Hold on there. Right, so after a royal battle we've got it off. This seal's been leaking for a while. Look at it, it's leaking out of here. And of course we can get to the stop solenoid, but first we're going to put that through the parts washer because we don't want to get any more dirt in it. You probably spied behind me, we've got a 110 from Bosnia. This is just a look over to find out what's wrong with it when I can get in my shop. So more on that later, don't get too excited because it is a V8. Yeah, it doesn't look like the front pulley seal's been leaking, so that's good. But these type of pumps here, we do them vertically because there's lots of little bits inside there. Right, that'll do for that job.